Are you panic prepping for your one-on-ones? Stop. Here's one question that will save that meeting, plus a simple framework that works even when you're completely winging it. Look, I get it. I've been there. You've got a one-to-one starting in 15 minutes and you haven't prepared and you're frantically trying to remember what's happened in the last week and scrolling through your emails, trying to figure out what you need to talk about. But here's what I want you to know. Being unprepared might actually be the best thing that could happen. And I'm going to show you exactly why, plus give you a framework that works every single time when you're completely winging it. By the end of this video, you'll never panic about having an unprepared one-on-one again. I'm Helen, I'm a leadership coach, and I help managers build the skills and the systems to lead with confidence. And if you want a complete system for running brilliant one-to-ones every single time, prepared or not, I have a free one-on-one toolbox waiting for you. I'll explain how to get it at the end. But first, let's get into this immediate problem of being unprepared. So why do we panic and why is it so stressful when we're unprepared for one-to-ones in the first place? Well, it's because most of us have our one-to-ones completely backwards. We think we need to show up with an agenda, a list of questions, updates on every project, and basically run the meeting like, I suppose, a bit like we're the star of the show. We feel like we need to know everything that's going on before we even start the conversation. But here's the problem with that approach. It makes the one-to-one all about you and your needs, not theirs. You're gathering information that you want to know. You're checking for things that are worrying you. And your team member can end up feeling like, at its worst, they're being interrogated rather than supported. And when you're unprepared, you can't do any of that, which is actually brilliant because it forces you to do what you should have been doing all along, making it all about them. So here's what to do. When you walk into that one-on-one, you're unprepared, you're going to start with one simple question. What do you want to focus on? That's it. 7 words completely will change the dynamic of that meeting. So instead of scrambling to fill the air with your agenda, you're immediately putting them in control. You're finding out what's actually important to your team member right now. What's on their mind? What are they struggling with? They will always have something that they want to talk about. In fact, this is so powerful that I recommend starting every one-to-one with this question, whether you're prepared or not. And then they tell you what they want to focus on. What do you do next? Well, that's where you need a simple framework that gently guides the conversation. And I'm going to give you one that's so simple that you can remember it even when you're completely flustered. It's called GROW. It's a simple coaching framework that works for every situation. I'm going to give you the kind of skeleton version that works when you're winging it. So the G is for goal. So once they've told you what they want to focus on, you ask, okay, so what would success look like for you there? What you're doing here is helping them get clear on what it is that they actually want to achieve. R is for reality, and you would ask, where are you right now? What's working? What's not working? What you're doing there is helping them assess the current situation. O is for options, and you'd ask, so what could you do about this? What options do you have? Notice I'm not telling them what to do. I'm helping them think through their own solutions. And then finally, W is for way forward. So you'd ask, so what are you actually going to do? And this gets you to concrete actions and clear next steps. This is a conversation that helps someone move forward. It's a coaching style. And the brilliant thing is it works whether they're talking about a work project, a difficult colleague, or career development. Now, here's what might surprise you. This approach often builds more trust and accountability than when you're perfectly prepared. When you show up with a rigid agenda, it can feel, quite formal and even a bit controlling. And when you show up curious and focused on them, it feels like you genuinely care about what's important to them. And that's what builds real trust. But I don't want you to think I'm saying you should never prepare for one-to-ones. Quite the opposite. The best managers have systems in place that, so that the preparation becomes automatic, but also really quick. So if you have regular one-on-ones, and by that I mean properly scheduled, protected time every week or two, then you can afford to wing the odd one because you've got a true solid foundation. You've got templates, you've got ongoing documentation, you know your people well. It's like this: if your one-on-ones are a regular part of your manager operating system, then starting an unprepared meeting is like starting an F1 race on the grid. Yes, you might not have the perfect strategy, but your engine's warm, you know the track, and you're ready to go. But if your one-on-ones are ad hoc or all reactive, then trying to wing it, it's like trying to start from the race from the pit lane. You've got to go and get in the car, get the engine going and figure out where you are. It's just so much harder. And if you do have a system in place, your quarterly planning gives you all the key messages and coaching areas that you want to focus on with each person. So when you're unprepared in the moment, you've already got that bigger picture clarity about what matters to them this quarter. Plus, if you've got a simple process and templates in place, you can actually prepare very effectively in just a minute or two. You can quickly scan your notes and remind yourself of the key priorities, or you could quickly use your AI assistant to get you up to speed. What will happen then is you're going to just walk in feeling more confident. So this magic question still works, but now you've got context to build on their answers. So remember that free one-on-one toolbox I mentioned at the beginning? One-on-ones are absolutely critical to any effective manager's success. They're the heartbeat of how you lead with your team. And this toolbox gives you the templates and question guides and ways of working, everything you need to make them work brilliantly. So whether you're completely new to structured one-on-ones or you're just looking for ways to improve what you're already doing, this will get you here. And you can grab it using the link in the description box below. Now, if you're wondering what I mean by a manager operating system, basically it's about having simple, repeatable systems for all the core parts of your management so that you're not constantly reinventing the wheel or feel like you're always on the back foot. I've made a video here that explains exactly what's in a good manager OS and the difference that it makes. So you can catch it right here. I'll see you there.